It is 6:49. This is your morning in 8 minutes. Today we're working to learn why the FBI raided Patriot Home Care in Oak Ridge.
It's a locally owned and operated home health care agency. FBI agents, they were there for at least 5 hours yesterday and removed dozens of boxes of files from the facility. The FBI Knoxville spokesperson is calling this a court-authorized activity in support of an ongoing investigation, but could not elaborate on any other details. Patriot Home Care has been licensed in Tennessee since 1984. We'll continue to update you as soon as we learn more.
The East Tennessee Valley Crime Stoppers need your help finding this man. They're looking for Colby Campbell. He's wanted on harassment charges after investigators say he made threats toward businesses in Knoxville and Oak Ridge. If you know him or see him, please call Crime Stoppers. We have their information in the WVLT News app. And a Knoxville man is headed to prison for 30 years.
Walter Lee Patrick pled guilty to assaulting a woman. Prosecutors say police were called to a domestic disturbance in Powell 2 years ago. Inside, Patrick threatened to shoot at the woman's car and pushed her down the hallway. She called 911 and escaped. Officers arrested him and found his gun. He pled guilty to unlawful possession of a weapon and domestic assault. He also has a history of violence and is linked to gang activity in the area. And a court date is now set for the suspect accused of stabbing a man during an attempted robbery. This happened Monday at an apartment on Linden Avenue. Police say Jesse Duran stabbed a man, took his phone and wallet. KPD later caught him. He's charged with especially aggravated robbery and will be back in court on September 27th.
New details this morning. An autopsy is underway right now after a 2-month-old baby died at an illegal daycare center. This happened in Nashville. Metro Police said the child has no obvious signs of trauma or abuse. The Department of Children's Services says the child was being cared for by a woman running the illegal daycare out of an apartment. DCS is now investigating.
And new this morning, the White House says a railway labor agreement is reached, averting a potentially devastating strike. Unions in the railroad companies, they've been negotiating for the past few weeks leading up to tomorrow's deadline. That agreement came just an hour ago. Officials say a strike by workers could have cost the country around $2 billion a day. The White House says workers will get better pay, improved working conditions, and benefits.
Well, today marks 20 years since a Norfolk Southern train derailed in Farragut, spilling acid and forcing evacuations.
Well, many of you probably remember this crash. Here's a look at some of the footage from 2002. The train derailed. It sent a cloud of toxic fumes into the air. Thousands of people were forced to evacuate for days. Thankfully, no one died and there were no major injuries reported. Crews wore hazmat suits and tried to clean it up. The NTSB says the train hit a switch on the track going at maximum speed, causing it to crash. And right now, Knox County schools are in need of improvement, according to state scores.
Overall, 29 schools received poor scores, while 9 schools received good scores. The district scored in the bottom 5% of all school districts across the state. Superintendent Dr. John Reiswick says the score represents an opportunity for growth. KCS says academic growth and attendance are 2 areas where the district struggled. Meanwhile, Tennessee Governor Bill Lee, along with 22 other governors, are opposing President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan. The governor sent out this letter telling the president to withdraw the plan, writing that it's not fair for taxpayers and that it shifts the burden of debt to the poor. The plan would forgive $10,000 worth of federal loans for those who make under $125,000 a year.
Well, if you're looking for a job, city officials are looking to hire you. The Public Works Service Department is hosting a job fair today. It'll be at the Service Center on Morris Avenue. You do not need experience. The fair starts at 8 this morning and goes until noon. And how about some live music? Concert on the Square is returning to Market Square tonight. It's free. It'll feature the Dirty Grass Soul from North Carolina. Also at the show, voice winner and Knoxville native Chris Blue. The live music starts at 7 o'clock.
WVLT, proud to be your official station of the Vols. It's one of the hottest tickets in the country right now. Tennessee hosts the Florida Gators next weekend at Neyland Stadium. The athletic department says the game, it's sold out, but secondary sites like Ticketmaster still have some resale tickets up for grabs. It's not going to be cheap, going to cost you a pretty penny.
Like $180 for upper level.
Yeah, so if you can give me a loan, that'd be much appreciated. Or just a ticket, do that. If you can't make it to the game, you can catch all the action right here on WVLT. And tonight, an exciting game of Rivalry Thursday action as CAK travels just a couple minutes down Dutchtown Road to Webb as both teams square off in this West Knoxville showdown. Mark Packer and Austin Price are on the call. Kickoff tonight starts at 7 o'clock. You can watch the game on MyVLT.
We want to get you out the door this morning, 6:54. Let's get a look at your first alert traffic with Whitney.
If you're traveling up toward Kentucky, heads up, there's some road work taking place on 75 northbound. This is just south of Rarity Mountain. The northbound right lane is blocked at mile marker 151. Not causing any major delays, but you definitely want to use caution as you hit the door. Overall, those interstates and main roads are looking good. If you're moving through Sevier County, though, today, reminder that routine maintenance is taking place on the spur. You could run into some single lane closures from 7 o'clock until 4 o'clock today. That will wrap up for the weekend and kick back up next Monday.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
6:55 now with mild temperatures and patches of dense fog, especially at the Tennessee-Kentucky line. We share this range right now in low to upper 50s, actually now down to 58 Knoxville, 56 in Kingston, and 51 Sneedville. Beautiful, mostly clear sky. I mean, really, sunrise is still about 25 minutes away, and you can see that gorgeous glow on the horizon. The sun comes up and heats things up. We're going to be at 76 at noon with your high today of 85. It is a little warmer today. Nice breeze still, all clear, though, for today. Beautiful day for you to get out and enjoy. And the next couple of days really are good for being outside. That's what's nice. It just keeps getting a little hotter. We got one more mild morning tomorrow. Your high will be 85. But if you are going to be outside, just keep in mind you might want to go ahead and knock out the yard work, maybe in the morning or evening. It'll at least be back down to 79 degrees after that high of 85. But then when we look at Saturday's high of 87, keep in mind that's a warm day. In your I'm All Vol forecast presented by Food City, the game's not till 7, so at least it'll be getting better. But that afternoon tailgating in the sun, stay hydrated, pack the sunscreen. If you run out from the summer, maybe restock. We're going to need it going into this weekend with all this sunshine. In fact, your first alert 8-day planner does continue with lots of heat. But just one more I'm All Vol forecast for you because I love that at least the evenings are mild. You can see that sun will set on Neyland with those temperatures dropping from 80 to start to 70 at the end. That part sounds better, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're just going to need a little bit of everything if you're going to the game.
All the orange hoodie layers. You know.
Yeah, Heather, thanks. Thanks for watching. We're headed on over to WBXX.